Hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mr. Guy, Board Game Geek, bringing you a kind of a channel update, video log. I'm probably going to do more of these, and we'll call this Episode 1 Video Log Channel Update video. Well, I've done them before, so it's really not Episode 1, I guess. But anyway, I just want to give you an update. I'm still in the middle of some things. I wanted to let you know quickly so you didn't think I was slacking, because I'm not. But I did have a very, very busy week at work, so don't talk much about my normal life, my life outside of board gaming, but I'm an executive at a company. I got a few hundred employees and clients to deal with, and so this has been a particularly busy week for me, and it slowed down the progress of some of my work for the channel. Because the day job feeds my family and all that good stuff. Wife and kids like to eat, so that's the way it goes. But that aside, I do want you to know I've finished filming, not editing, but finished filming my top 10 of my top 50 cooperative and solo playable games. That is done, kaput, put to rest. I need to edit it and get it out to you guys so you can see it. I think you'll be excited about it. It's pretty cool. I certainly enjoyed making it. It was a lot of fun. Though, and I have to tell you, because I'm not sitting there like a professional videographer or actor or anything like that. So I was so tired because this has been such a long week. When I filmed the episode the other day, I was yawning and trying not to yawn during the production of it. I probably look tired now that I look at it, but yeah, it's just a really long week. So, been having fun though. And first off, I'm going to talk about something that's kind of bad. I'm mentioning it in my top 50. I'm mentioning it a couple places so you know what happened, because I know we were all enjoying it. So let me quickly get something and I'll show you what happened. Oh, my friends. So this is my Black Orchestra board. I think I mentioned in a video a couple times that I can barely get it to close because it's so warped. Yeah, this is not how a board game board is supposed to look. Now, I know it can fix this. I had a book on it, and for a while trying to flatten it. It hasn't done any good yet. I've never had a board in my history of board gaming warp like this. This is really bad, and it didn't do anything. It just sat on my table, where many, as you know, 5 or so other 100 videos worth of board games have sat on my table without having this problem. So I'm really disappointed in that because it ruined my playthrough of this for you. I could not literally the tokens and everything started. It was so steep that the tokens started sliding off on it, and so I put it away. And now I am going to resume my playthrough, but a little differently. In my playthrough, I am going to do it on, I think, Tabletopia. So you can see it there. It is on digital format because the game is fantastic, and I'm so disappointed in Game Salute again. I got an inferior product, but in this case the game is good. And so I'm not saying, wait, let me rephrase that. Okay, hold on. I'm misspeaking. I'm going to fix that. Game Salute does not make inferior games or inferior products. They make good games. Bootleggers was a good game. Black Orchestra is a great game. There's other good games from Game Salute that I own in my collection. But I've been kind of burned on their Kickstarters, taking way too long, business practices, lack of communication, blah, blah, blah. And I've had some component issues from time to time. This is the worst one I've had of any game, actually, other than just stuff missing or broken, which gets replaced eventually. But that's just a warped board. I've never seen that before, and it's just a component quality issue. A board shouldn't do that badly. Anyway, I'm not going to keep ragging on it. It is what it is. But I did want to let you know that it ruined my playthrough of Black Orchestra, and I literally could not keep the pieces on it. So I'm going to replace it with another playthrough, a kind of a quick hitter. So to be honest, one of the things I'm focusing on right now is learning Gloomhaven. I've got Gloomhaven, and I'd love to play it on the channel, but I don't know how. It's such a... I could, but it really is a participating game, I think. And I'm trying to figure out maybe what I could do is involve some YouTubers or some of my fellow tube tablers in order to do that. But I'm not sure yet. Still thinking about that. And I'm thinking about how to do that. But in the meantime, we're going to play something else. And I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, so what are we going to play? Well, we're going to play Aeon's End. It is a collectible card game. It is a deck building game that has some unique twists on it, where you are a wizard using these rifts to defend a city. And I have this is my top 50. And you're using those rifts to power spells. And you're defending this city, where this underground city is the last bastion of human survival, whatever. And these nemesi, or it's one. You're always facing one actually, are coming to attack the city and destroy it. And so the city itself has hit points, as does the nemesis, as does the players. And if you can defeat the nemesis, you can save the city. And the mechanics are really cool. They're very unique and different. So that's going to be my next one. I'm getting it set up tonight, but I also want to finish editing my top 10 of my top 50, and see where that goes. So that's going to be the one that we're going to play. And then I also want to just shout out to a game I'm really liking, and I'm going to show this to you too. This is not a cooperative game or a solo game, and I've had plenty of non-cooperative games on my channel where I've demonstrated them. I think one of the funniest things I have about demonstrating non-cooperative, non-solo games is when people talk about doing, like, oh, you didn't optimize your strategies, or you didn't do this or that. I'm like, I'm playing against myself. I mean, what am I gonna do? Anyway, I think that's humorous. But now I do try to give some strategies, but in a lot of cases I'm playing a game for the first time, so I really don't have a set strategy out for that. Like, if you sat down if I sat down and played some highly strategic games that I'm very familiar with, that would be a very different picture. I'm trying to think of some games like Tzolk'in. I'm just looking at the games. I mean, God, my game shelf is so overflowing. Civilization. I love Civilization. Whatever. There's so many. I'm losing. Whenever I'm looking for a particular thing, I can never ever find it. That's crazy. Archipelago, a semi-cooperative game that I really like. Elysium, Euphoria, dystopian game. I love that game. That's a hard one. I mean, it's not a hard game, but it strategically got a lot of depth. One of my drum rolls, another good one. Anyway, getting off topic. So I was going to tell you about a game I'm playing that's not really for my channel, because it's a two-player game, and I rarely do two-player games because, again, you really can't demonstrate strategies well. But I might show you this one just for the heck of it, and it'd be fast. That is Santorini. This is and I also don't do a lot of abstract games. I like games with heavy theme and that a lot of storytelling, and so I tend to do a lot of those. But Santorini is cool because it's an abstract game where you're building, and Santorini is an island city area in the Mediterranean that has all these beautiful whitewashed buildings. You see pictures of it all the time on various images you see on the internet. It's out there a lot. But anyway, in Santorini, you have these little art people that are building the city up, and it's very good, strategic, simple game, and each game's different because you have one God card that gives you a special, unique ability, and kind of changes the game up a little bit. It's fast playing. I don't think it doesn't go very long. It says learn in 30 seconds, play it for life. That's true, by the way. I don't know about 30 seconds, but a couple of minutes. It really does not take long to play. I'm trying to see. It doesn't really say on the box. It's interesting how long it plays, but it can be pretty quick. It depends really on the strategic capabilities of the people playing. And I don't think that, it doesn't say on the box. That's odd. Anyway, it can be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Now, here it is. 2 to 4 players, 20 minutes, ages 8 and up. Totally agree with all that so far. The 20 minutes thing could literally be faster or slower. It really depends, but it's not long. So that's the Santorini. I'm going to be doing that too. And I want to show you something. My pet project, one of the things I've been working on, is doing some painting of miniatures, and I showed a couple of these, but I've been painting my Mas Mora figures, and I'm not Robert Oren. He's a great, I'm not one of these fantastic painters, but I just want to say, as a hobbyist and someone who has a stressful day job, coming back home, and I love hanging with my family first and foremost, but coming home and relaxing and putting together some minis and painting them, very distracting from the day and relaxing. So I've been doing some of that, and I want to show you a couple of my Mas Mora figures that I've done. Like this, here you go. I'll show you one of them. There we go. There he is. That's one of them. And as you can see, I put some details on them. Like I said, I'm not the, like, you're not going to come to me and say, ooh, Doug, you're the best painter on the planet, but I'm not bad either, I guess. And I'm getting old, so I need a big old magnifying glass to see into these. One of my favorites that I did, I like this one a lot. This dark elf dude. I got some good layers on his skin tone there and everything like that. And up close and personal. Boom, boom. There you go. I want to make sure you can see him okay. Got to get him in the camera. There you are. There. That one. Let me see a couple others that I did. One of the other ones I like is this monk. It's pretty cool. And as you can see, I like painted a lot of the little details too, the trim and all that good stuff. Another one I liked the way it turned out was this one here. These are chibi figures, so I kind of did some of those. And I've also done some of my Kingdom Death Monster figures that game's kind of taken a life on it of its own, and I'll get to that in a minute. But here's some more. And I'm really digging Masmorra as a game. It's fun, it's simple. Just keep showing you some of these minis. Yeah. So that's the gist of it. I mean, I'm not going crazy on it, but I am enjoying it, and they're turned out good. I even got good eyeballs in there. That's really hard to get to. I mean, you got a steady hand for some of the eyeballs, but I did get to the eyeballs, and this is my little collection I'm building here. And anyway, if you are a hobbyist and you haven't done any figure painting, but you have games that have miniatures in them, I kind of recommend doing it. It's relaxing and it's fun, and then it's a good distraction from the world, the day, the tough days that you have to go through and things, and that keep your life busy. Aside from the hobby of gaming itself, which is a lot of fun. And then last but not least, I want to show you. I got this. I cannot wait. I haven't broken it out yet. Beyond the Threshold expansion for Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition, which adds story, adds new stuff to it. Man, this game, I got to tell you, it's in my top something. Okay, I'll leave it there. You can watch the top 50 videos for that. It's in my top something, but this game is going to keep, if they keep ratcheting up this game and keep putting stuff out, man, I got to tell you, it's a cooperative solo-able game. It's going to reach my top couple if it keeps going. And they're just cranking out a lot of great material for it, and it's not cheesy, bad material. It's really good, even when they just put out a new scenario. So, recommend that one. A lot of people have been asking me, Kingdom Death Monster. Okay, well, I did 10 episodes, I think. Completed basically season 1 for me. I had to take a break from it. It was like becoming a thing. So I did a full 10 episodes of it. I took a break when we lost horribly to the Phoenix, and I left it in kind of a cliffhanger with our settlement there. It was in dire straits, and we have to recover. I am going to do a season 2, but I want to do some other things first, and just keep the channel alive with other stuff. I could do. My problem is that I just have my office here. And you say I haven't even been able to complete this darn shelf yet. And by the way, I'm not going to badmouth the creator of this shelf, but I've been trying to get these brackets that extended up higher from them that were not included in the box and were supposed to be for, I don't know, a month now. And I can't get them to send them to me. I'm just so frustrated with them. But anyway, neither here nor there. Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition expansions are fantastic. I was talking about Kingdom Death Monster. I want to do some other things before I get back to that, because when I do it, I want to do it another big season block and maybe do another 10 episodes, which would be another 10 Lantern years, and finish painting some of the miniatures and creating them, etc. It's really fun. So anyway, that's what I'm planning, and that's what you got going on now. If there's a game that that I haven't had on my channel that you see back here, or something that you're just really itching for, I've done Shadows of Brimstone before, but I do have the new Tradera thing behind me, and I got a bunch of other stuff. I got so many things, I really start losing track of what to put on the channel, and I really want to help people who are publishing new games and Kickstarters, so if I do get those, I'm going to try and prioritize and put them on the channel first. One of them I'm going to recommend to you, even though I haven't played it yet, because I just haven't been able to get a group together, but I know his games, and I know they're good, is Zimby Mojo by Devious Weasel Games. I haven't played it yet, but I watched Ricky Royale's version of that, and it was really awesome. Speaking of which, I'm going to get into one final segment. I'm going to talk about some of my guild mates. Now, on Board Game Geek, we have a guild called Tube Tables. Tube Tables is a bunch of us YouTubers who have culminated into a group, and we have some really good ones on there. I'm going to direct you. I'm not going to post a bunch of them in the show notes and everything. There's a lot of them on the sidebar of my YouTube channel. You can see them over there. I don't know which side. Anyway, you can see them. And there's a bunch of them there. So I'm going to talk about, and I've talked about some of them on my channel before just because I enjoy what they're doing. But there is, I'm going to start, and I'm not going to do this in any order. I'm just kind of pulling them out of my head of the ones I've watched recently. So I've been following along with Catweasel Paul. Catweasel's his name, and you can find him on the Tube Table and on YouTube. His channel does a lot of the same types of games, and what inspired me to do this was watching people that do this, and that's what got me into it. And they're the same types of games I like, so it's really cool. And he does great games. Right now, he's been doing Perdition's Mouth, really cool run playthrough. I don't know if I'm a fan of that game yet. He hasn't convinced me. But I've been watching along with it, and he's about to do something really cool, which if you go follow along on Tube Tables on our forums, you'll see that. It's very cool. And we did one before, he's going to do it again. And unfortunately, I'm only on the reserve list, which means I may not get to play this session, but it would be a lot of fun. Anyway, and then I'm going to talk, because I just said those that inspired me to do this. There's a couple. Well, there's a few, really. The Lonesome Gamer was one of them. He's one of the Tube Tablers as well. He's up there. Now, he's kind of morphed his channel, and to be honest, buddy, I'm sharing this with you so you know, he's doing a lot of war games, which is cool for a whole group of people, but that's not my niche. And where he started is why I started following him. He started with the same types of games I like, doing Arkham Horror and storytelling games, a lot of really cool stuff. And his channel's fantastic. It's still great. He's so good at these games. It's fun to watch. But he's doing a lot of war games right now. So, but if you like war games, like games with little chits, he's doing that. That's great. Kind of shifted gears on that. But there's a couple others. There's Ricky Royal, who he's one of the guys. I started watching him in Tragic to Blathering. I believe, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I'm right. I know I'm pretty sure I'm right. Tragic's from Australia, and Ricky's from the UK. I think if I got that backwards, I don't mean to insult you. I apologize. Okay, I know you know where you're from, but anyway, guys, their channels are great, and they always do. Ricky's really good at the details of telling you how a game works. Very good at it. And Tragic, he's doing Galaxy Defenders right now, and that's really fun too to watch. And he does really good playthroughs. Very entertaining to watch the playthroughs with him. So those are a couple. I'm going to mention more along as we go. I just mentioned 4 again. That's Catweasel, The Lonesome Gamer, Ricky Royal, and Tragic to Blathering. If you go to BGG and you go to the guild section, you look up Tube Tables, you will find all of us there. And there's tons more. Paul Darcy. I'll mention 2 more. Paul Darcy and Robert Oren. Paul Darcy does, again, and I'm mentioning people who do a lot of similar types of games that I like, and I see them on their channel. The thing that really intrigues me about what Robert Oren does is he brings his family in, and they all play, and that's really fun to watch. And he's just such a genuine good guy. He's fun. Watching him and his family is genuinely good family, play their games and stuff. They even spun off, I think, a video game channel, which I've been contemplating for a long time because I play video games too. Like I was just playing Resident Evil 7. It's just awesome. Anyway, he's got a great channel. They do a lot of live stuff, which I'm trying to, as you can see, I'm trying to work my way towards some more things like that. But a lot of live stuff. And then also Paul Darcy. Now, one of the things I like about what Paul does, which I don't think I'll ever be able to adopt because I'm too verbose and long-winded, but he keeps his videos so short and concise. I really love that about his channel. I tend to talk more, and that's just my way. But if you get a chance to look at these, check them out. And I'm going to mention one more that's not on Tube Tables, because I've watched so many of their videos and I realize how much I'm enjoying them. I do want to keep promoting our Tube Tabler guys, but I also want to promote the greater internets of things with our YouTube folks, and that is Crit Camp. They're different. They do a lot of live streams, and they play things like Zombicide. I've been watching, you know what, one of the things that helped me do my playthrough of Kingdom Death Monster was watching their playthrough of Kingdom Death Monster, because there's so many rules. Even though I was playing it, I wanted to know it better, so I watched some other ones. Also, there's, oh gosh, I'm going to totally blank. I'll come back with another video, because I don't want this to go any longer. So anyway, those are some of the folks I'm going to mention. Check them out, guys. If you enjoy my channel, you'll enjoy those. They're always fun to watch, and well, I don't want you to go away from my channel. I want you to stay, give me more subscriptions. I do want you to check those guys out. There's always more content. It's just like, you know, having NBC, ABC, and all the cable channels. There's always more to watch, and we all have something different. We do things slightly differently. I'm getting in front of the camera more than I used to. I used to just be behind the camera and enjoy that part, but I like talking to you guys. So More to come. More to come. And thank you. So the last thing I'm going to end it with, as always, a thank you, thank you for all the subscriptions, the kind words, um, the likes, the shares. You know, it's just so awesome. Um, Makes me feel real welcome in the community, and that what I'm doing actually is providing some, if nothing more, some entertainment for people in the hobby, which is always important to me. Also promoting the hobby and showing you some games you may like. And I know some people write me, "Oh, Doug, you're making me spend money." And I'm like, no, I'm not. You do that all by yourself. We all have the same addiction of in this hobby of having massive amounts of board games. Um, Luckily, I don't pay for as many as I used to. I do a lot of trades because, you know, I have a lot of RPG books sitting around, so I'll trade some of that stuff, and that's one of the ways I collect a lot of my games. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And please support the channel any way you can. If that's as simple as a like or a share, I'd appreciate that. If you want to subscribe and you haven't, I appreciate that. And if you want to do more, man, I appreciate that, because my ultimate goal is to build a studio and do a lot more. And I haven't really chased the money. I mean, I got people I could go to in the business industry and probably get the money, but I'm just trying to collect it slowly and build over time. So if you want to support this financially, please, I won't turn you away. The games are expensive, the hobby's not cheap, and I'm trying to crank out more content, more better content. So thanks so much again. I appreciate it. I'm going to cut it off for now. That's probably longer than I wanted it to be. I was expecting it to be short, and it's going to be at least 20 minutes. But I will talk to you soon, and look forward to my next playthrough of Aeon's End, as well as my digital playthrough of Black Orchestra, and the final episode of my top 50, my top 10 solo and cooperative playable games. Thanks. Talk to you soon.